Hello epic Fortnite gamers, my name is Conspiracy Karl, and today I figured I would dive into the super hip and cool game of Fortnite. Of course, I had nothing on me, but just all the basic stuff, but I figured with my 200 free smackaroos, I could buy myself something decent. Turns out for 2 Benjamins, you can get yourself a duffel bag full of thousands of dollars. It's free real estate. With that, I set off into the wonderful world of Fortnite. I use wonderfully lightly because I'd rather impale myself on a sharpened stick tipped with fecal matter, but it is better since I'm going in zero build, so I will have a chance. Now, one thing I will say is that Fortnite has done a good thing including everybody, as you can see here by this LG TV Plus spray. Even Cabby Lame got his own Fortnite skin, which, I'm sorry about that one, Nick 830. Anyways, we all got on the battle bus, partying before we kill each other in cold blood, and I decided to drop Shady Stilts because it was grayed out and it looked pretty swag. Now, keep your guys' heads on a coupling between 2 parts enabling one to revolve without turning the other, because I did thank the bus driver. After all, I am such a nice guy. Sadly, something bad did happen, and I landed short on my drop. It was a catastrophe, and I felt like I just realized how much of a failure and a complete loser I was. I did feel better, though, when I opened my first chest and saw a weird briefcase that folded out into an automatic sentry turret. Dude, what even is this game anymore? Even with this wacky item at my disposal, I still felt like human waste, so I went on top of a tree to jump and end my existence. Luckily, before I could do that, someone behind me began to kill me for me, which only I can do, so that was very rude. Thankfully, I pulled out my blinking time and capped him. With my suicide phase wiped clean, I began to look around, and in the distance saw an alive pinata defecating out bullets, and so from there I knew I had to look closer. I eventually got there by defying physics and skating on vines with no skateboard, because if Jesus could walk on water, why can't I do this? Anyways, I got there just in time to see the pinata ascend up towards the heavens like he was Doctor Strange. I didn't even know him that well, but the homie had already left me multiple cartridges of ammunition and some of his juices for me to slurp down so I die slower. Thanks, bro. While I was sipping down some of his juices, a really tall, hot, sizzling cat with literally just pants decided he had had enough and went through the portal. It was sad. I could have kept him safe from the demons. Before I left, I looted a chest and this weird minigun type object came out. I turned around and saw my future boyfriend behind me. I told myself I would ask him out after I tested out this weapon. Sadly, I accidentally put too much oomph into the machine, if you know what I mean, and I accidentally lunged him off the cliff with no protection, and he died brutally to his once future husband. Fly high, King, you will be missed. On the bright side, I was able to loot his dead corpse and grab a pump shotgun. I then used the same pump shotgun in the name of the shredded cat to annihilate this innocent person after they were slightly upset about me blowing up half their house. Oh well, at least now we know that the sentry turrets are useful. I gave the turret a few complimentary pets, and I packed up and walked through the jungle, eager to see what awaited me. While I was doing a few sick tricks on the vines, I noticed a mild altercation between 2 people near a cliff. I solved their problem for them by absolutely railing one of the participants at random. The other thanked me by trying to cap me. It's a shame that some people really don't want to be helped. I took refuge in a tiny fishing hut, and that's when I started to think about all this violence. I mean, I killed 3 people in the past 10 minutes. Is this what I want my life to become? No, I didn't. I wanted to have a purpose. So I grabbed one of the fishing poles and began to fish. It took a while, but look at all the fish I collected. I'm going to be really profitable when all the manslaughter is over. While fishing, I saw a marker on the map and decided that I was super cool and passive, so I should go to a place crowded with armed psychopaths. I put away the fishing rod and replaced it with the booster battering ram thing and was ready to fight. I didn't have to attack anyone anyways, as literally no one was there, and I got all of the juicy loot to myself. These people really need to take a hint. I'm kinda glad I didn't have to fight anyways, as I was rewarded with some more nutritious liquid and a shiny new 12 gauge, completely on Epic Games. I just keep taking W's. Because I was feeling like $1,000,000, I decided to grab my old fishing pole and began to fish on top of some random person's house. Because I was just like that. What are they gonna do? Turns out, attempt to kill me because we got into a long, arduous guerrilla warfare style fight. I didn't want to die after a second fight with the homeowner, so I climbed over the exposed wall and pumped him full of lead. Good thing I did, because on his body were IRS files related to tax evasion. Ruh-roh. I skedaddled out of there, and in the files, I found a key which would allow me to shop for weapons. Pretty neato. I decided to buy the sniper rifle, which I knew I would never use. And with that, I headed over to this giant floating island, because that definitely isn't a hazard. I got on the island by flying up there with my Jesus powers, and I found a big loot pile. I was sifting through it when a stinky Sebastian rolled up out of nowhere and started ambushing me. Naturally, being the Giga Chad that I was, I ran because I didn't know his location. I thought it would be a great idea if I ambushed the ambusher, and that was a great idea until he popped up from behind a tree and murdered me in cold blood. The only time he has touched grass is when he was sitting down behind that tree like a nerd. I hope he gets a second dad, because his first one left him after he saw him playing Genshin Impact, and then his second dad sees him playing Fortnite Ranked, sweating more than a professional athlete, and leave him as well. And while he's crossing the street after school, he gets stopped by a white van, kidnapped, thrown into a cell, and tortured brutally for 3 weeks until his body succumbs to the excruciating pain and dies. Sorry guys, I got a little bit carried away there. My bad. Anyways, after that humiliating defeat, I decided to try Fortnite with builds, because I was feeling strangely better about that game. I am not playing builds anymore. This is when I realized my sanity was slowly slipping from me, and so I went to take a well-needed break. During that time, I checked up on my friend's Twitch stream and sent words of encouragement, like any good friend would do. I mean, look at this, guys. Anyways, after my couple-hour-long break where I smashed my head against the wall multiple times in a row, I came back from the ICU with only minor brain damage and decided to become an epic Fortnite gamer. First up, I changed my skin from a muscle to a skinny, sunburnt plane crash survivor. What an upgrade. I also decided to enlist help on my journey for that sweet Vic Roy for fear of dying alone. The man I brought is named Saucy Party, a talking DJ llama thing, or more commonly known in the hood as Mystery Mike. On a side note, why do they need so many tabs for the item shop here? I know they need money to keep the servers up, but who is out here begging for their mom's credit card so you can get that sweet, sweet Becky Lynch Bianca Belair Fortnite bundle pack with extra barbecue sauce and a one-way ticket to Disneyland in a drunk driving accident? Like, come on. Anyways, in my third and final attempt to win, I got her hopes up by busting it down sexual style, and we started loading in. Nothing real special happened in the pregame lobby, Well, besides someone doing real sick motorcycle tricks, what I wouldn't give for him to be my second dad. Anyways, when we got on the battle bus, Mystery Mike, we'll call him Ronnie from now on, decided that it would be a swell idea to land first drop, also known as Sanguine Sweets. You guys might have also noticed my glider as the reincarnation of Satan, because if any sweaty gamer one pumps me, he gets a one-way ticket to each eat double hockey sticks, if you know what I mean. Speaking of sweets, this reminds me of that one time where my dad decided to bring my family along a geocache expedition. I don't remember much, but I do remember my dad calling out to us as he found it in a tree trunk. He was about to lift it out of the ground when I saw a kid about 100 feet on the freeway doing orange justice. I guess he wanted to end it all in a fun way, and he got his wish. Someone parked beside him and proceeded to shiv him with a sharpened toothbrush. Harsh, but fair. Anyways, after I just saw Ronnie commit first-degree murder, he proceeded to hide inside of my channel. Ouchies. After a while of looking around in this really basic white suburban house, we heard a bunch of people downstairs. And like good white suburban neighbors, we decided to go check out the commotion. We saw two mean fellers in the basement, and so I pulled out my blicky and attempted to rack those fools. Too bad the glass was bulletproof, which is kind of weird considering this is in your own home and not an American school. I decided to fully send it to the big hunky man who would have been hot if they were a man, but this was a moist fish out of water with a Glock. I got him down to really low health, like every Disney villain. He escaped through the metal bars before he could die. I decided the best course of action was to use the horizontal jetpack and blast through the gates. Luckily it worked, but unluckily I was manhandled into submission. Good thing Ronnie was by my side and helped res me. Thanks, Ron. You're such a pal. While looting the brutalized carcasses of our foes, I noticed a weird can of Febreze that when I for some reason decided to spray on me, made me feel slightly better. I also sprayed on Ronnie, like good friends do, and soon enough, we found ourselves in this really weird vault. Soon enough, the ops had us surrounded and started attempting to bump us off. Good thing we both have plot armor, as this was very easy, and we both could have easily gotten the death sentence in less than 6 seconds. Once they were all taken care of, we had one more pressing issue. We couldn't find the exit out of the basement, and the storm was rolling up. We both thought we were gonna die in storm, and we were about to have one last passionate kiss when I found a zip line that got us out of the basement and the storm with our lives. After this, we were pretty worried if we were going to be able to outrun the storm, and on top of that, Ronnie made sure to stay away from me at all times, only because I still wanted to have that kiss. It's not gay if you still have your socks on, homie. Anyway, we ran for what seemed like forever until I saw a big glowing blue pimple jutting out of the snow. Someone should probably call Dr. Pimple Popper. Luckily, I found an entrance in this juicy pussy pimple and used up a medkit so I wouldn't be classified as an elderly cripple. I also donated to Ronnie a purple AR so he would cooperate with me. He thanked me by assaulting an inanimate sculpture of a fish. What a chad. It was only after this, where I had been through so much by myself and with my partner, I looked up at the stunning skybox. Even though there was a giant glowing beacon ruining the view, I tried getting a good shot, but it was worthless, so we eventually went to the beacon. I got there first, and while I was waiting for my teammate, I heard a scream in panic come from the jungle. I was concerned because my teammate was still in there, but when he came out, I saw what he had for dinner last night. Taco Bell. May God have mercy on your soul. We didn't really know what to do next, so we decided to grab a truck from a nearby ancient South American temple, because apparently they have that. Speaking of trucks and nearby South American temples, that reminds me of the time my parents drugged my slice of birthday cake for my 7th birthday and shipped me out from the dark web to be a slave and work in a dimly lit cobalt mine in Armenia for 3 weeks. Those were some great times. That's besides the point though, as while Ronnie was talking about committing vehicular manslaughter, a woman with a fully automatic assault rifle jumped from a rock and began spraying our truck. I jumped out of the truck while Ronnie did not and absolutely mag dumped her into oblivion, elbozo. If that wasn't good enough, I managed to laser someone from a tower. You might as well call me Ninja by now.
Ninja toys and cribs, dude. A little ninja, cute little baby ninja. A plush ninja in their 1 year. Ninja pacifiers. I want your baby sucking on me. Okay, that.
Desperate to revive my lover, I swim towards him and thinking we're on the clear, start performing the surgery. Sadly though, in the middle of removing 9 bullets from his heart, I get second partied. What a nerd. I go under the bridge and he's forced to go down with me, but with the amount of epic gamer flurry coursing through my veins, I managed to pull through. This is it. We're pulling through. We're gonna win. Who's gonna stop us? Seriously.